more question. This does come from Facebook. Comes from Trent. Shout out to Trent. He said, "Okay, I got a question. Do you ever see Cade Cunningham leading this team to a championship in the next 8 to 10 years as a leader and the best player on the team? Like, no bringing a vet star, but just building it the right way and not rushing it."
Yeah, I think Cade Cunningham has the game and the IQ to be a leader of a team. I don't think you're ever going to see superstar numbers from him. I don't think you're ever going to see I don't think he's going to put up Luka Doncic numbers, but he could. But does that help you win playoff games? Does that help you win championships? The jury's still out on Luka Doncic, but I think with Cade Cunningham, high IQ, high skill level, trying to get people involved, puts the team before his own individual numbers. Yeah, I definitely think Cade Cunningham could lead a team to a championship. Is it in Detroit? I hope so. Hopefully they build the right team around him, and hopefully they don't depend on him like Dallas depends on Luka, though. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a heliocentric offense around Cade. I like the more motion stuff where he can play off other people and other people can play off of him. But yeah, again, to answer your question, I do think Cade Cunningham can be the focal point of a championship team.
Yeah, I would say I think what makes Cade so special is he's willing to sacrifice his game to make his teammates better. And I think he's that type of player. He's very unselfish. Do I see him, winning a championship, being, the guy in the next 8 to 10 years? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I do think he's going to put us in playoff contention when this team is finally built, when they finally have veterans that, make sense for this team. We add more 3-and-D wings. Jaden Ivey matures. This year's draft pick that we get matures. Isaiah Stewart, comes into his own, gets into his prime. I think Cade Cunningham will be the guy in Detroit for multiple years because I think he likes it here. I think, Detroit is home to him. And I think he's just a guy that a lot of people like. Not only his teammates, but just, coaches. And he's a very smart basketball player. We're in year 2 and his first month, he was putting up 27-7, which is ridiculous, man. People forget that he was putting up 27-7 and people are calling him a bust and people are calling him, oh, hey, he's going to go third in a redraft because of recency bias. This guy is going to put the Pistons back on the map. I know I sound like the biggest homer right now, but I believe in so much in Cade Cunningham that we're going to be a playing team next year. I honestly believe that. I will say it right now. You can put me on Old Take Exposed again. I don't give a shit. I think Cade Cunningham will lead the Detroit Pistons at least into a play-in.
I definitely see that happening. They're going to be I don't know about. I just got to see this draft, man. Just got to see this draft, and then I'll make my take on that. But I do see Cade Cunningham being that guy. And I think the Pistons are building a quality team around him where it's reminding me of just different pieces of the Bad Boys teams, how they were built and how the Going to Work squad was. I mean, I know this is more through the draft, but it's all the pieces are really starting to come together. Even though they're not coming into wins yet, it just you can see the vision Troy Weaver has laid before us. You can see the end of the race. And I think that Cade Cunningham does do it. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, Tony said it perfectly. Not in his game, but his character. Cade reminds me of Chauncey.
Ooh, that's awesome.
100% agree with that. Just his demeanor, the way he kind of answers questions. He's a team leader. He's always looking team first instead of me first. And I think that's what you need out of a leader.
Yep, definitely.